Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be discussing one more important topic. This is the most important topic that is there in any programming language. Make sure to master this particular skill of today's video because this will be very important and you will be using this in your project on a frequent basis. So make sure you learn this very well. So today's topic that we have is the loops. We will discuss about why we will be using loops, what is the use case of it, and we will try to understand different ways how we can go ahead and use loops. So basically there are two loops, that is, one is the for loop, another is while loop. In this video we are going to talk about the for loop, starting from basics to advanced, how exactly you can use the for loop in real-time projects as well. And if you have not watched the video starting from variables, the input, the string, the data types, I have covered all of them, right? And also I have covered a very major topic, which is the conditional statements along with the operators and everything. Make sure you learn them as well, watch those videos, practice them very well so that you are an expert in Python. I know you may be starting it up right now. It may be a beginner for you. It may be a little bit overwhelming for you to practice it as well or to create your own logic. But if you watch it step by step, all the videos, and practice it by your own, and whatever challenges I'm giving you, the questions, do go ahead, practice it, right? Put your hands in your keyboard and do it by your own, right? So that you have a hands-on do it, and then only your logics will keep on building once you have your basics clear. And if you like the video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends so that it is outreach and all of us get benefit out of it. So stay tuned for today's video, that is the loops. Okay, so let's talk about what is loops, what exactly it is. Let's say you are actually waking up in the morning, right? So the first thing that you do is maybe brush your teeth, then sip a cup of coffee, do your exercise, then read book, and then maybe practice your Python. So there are 5 steps that you will be performing. So these 5 steps you are doing it every day, every single day without any fail, right? So you are repeating this activity. So if you are repeating this activity till a time, let's say you have a function, let's say it's a new year and you have an event and you are stopping that. If in case it's an event, then you are stopping that loop. So what you are doing is that it gets iterated every day. So you are repeating that activity every day. So that thing is basically loop. You are looping it over and over and over. Let's take another example. You might have seen in the events which has a circular like a cycle, right? In the cycle there are chords. So in the cycle it actually keeps on rotating. It can keep on rotating 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. So that is a loop, right? You are stuck in a loop. That's how exactly it's said. So now if we understand why exactly the loop is required, in this loop is nothing but it actually controls how your code is executed. So it means it controls the flow of the code. So if you have to repeat a block of code over and over and over again till you met a condition which doesn't satisfy it, then you are actually using the loop. So if we see in case of normal execution of the code, what is there? This is a straight line code. It means we have a print statement, then we have x equal to 2, upper y, z is equal to x plus y, and print z. So all these statements I will be executing. So I will be starting from this particular point and I will be doing it in this. So this is a particular straight line code. I am executing it like this, right? So I don't go execute this and then I go on the right and then I execute this and come back. No, it's not like that. What I do is I just go ahead from top to bottom approach, it's called, and I go ahead and execute the code. let's say I want to go ahead and do this operation, z is equal to x plus y multiple times, right? If I have to do it 5 times, then what I need to do is I start from the code this and it will end here, but I will be doing this z is equal to x plus y every time, right? So this z is equal to x plus y I will be doing. Here also I will be doing again x plus y. Then again I will be doing z is equal to x plus y. Here also I will be doing z is equal to x plus y, and then I will end the code, right? So how many times we are running it? We are doing this operation, let's say 4 times. So what I'm doing is I'm writing the code 4 times, the same piece of code 4 times here. If I'm writing the code 4 times, then I'm repeating the code itself, right? And if in case it's 100 lines of code and I have to repeat this 100 lines of code every time, then my notebook in which I'm creating a Python file, it will be very, very huge, right? So this will be first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Like 5 times I am writing the same code, so it means 5 into 100. How many times I am writing? So the code length will actually increase a lot if we are repeating the code. So therefore, we got a concept. If we have to repeat the same piece of code again and again and again, what I need to do is, I don't need to do in this way. This is not the right way to do it. What I can go ahead and do, I can use a loop. So let's understand again now what is a loop here and how we can achieve it. So in the loop, we have a starting point. I enter to this starting point and I will check some condition here. So this condition I am going to check, and then if in case this is, let's say, true, then I will come here, right? And if in case it's false, I will go here. So it means if in case this is false, I will go here, and if in case true, I will go in this particular direction. Now let's say if in case this is true, it's executing and it's coming back again to the start point, and it will see, and then it will check the condition again, and if in case the condition is met, again it goes here and it goes here. So it is like a loop, if we can see. So what it does, it checks true, come back, again checks true, come back, check true, come back, check true, come back, and so on, right? This is how exactly it is working. And if in case the condition is not correct, then it is coming to the end of the loop. So what exactly it checks? My next question is, what exactly it checks? It checks what is my last item or last element. If in case it has reached this last item, and then it goes to this particular piece of block. So now let's say what I do is I'll go ahead, check for my for loop. So how exactly we write this? What I will do, I have a for. In this for, I have a particular element. So this is an element that I want to go ahead and check. For I in a particular sequence. So this is my sequence. Till I reach a particular sequence, I am going to execute. Let's say I'm going to execute my I. What it means is, I have this for loop and I'll check each element, and I have, let's say, 3 elements in it, and I want to print I. So what it will do is, it will check for the first element. Okay, I got my first element. Okay, I'm going to print I. Then it got my second element. Okay, I got my second element, and then I'm going to print I. Then it got the third element. Okay, I got the third element. I'm going to print I. Now I don't have anything else here. Okay, there is nothing here. So I don't want anything else to be repeated. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to print because it's going to repeat, and this is what is my result data set that will be there. Now, let's say in this, we have, this is my last item, right? Now, if in case it's true, as we saw, we are printing 1, 2, 3. Here I'm printing 1, 2, 3. As soon as the last item, there is no other item, it's going to end the loop, right? We don't have to get stuck in the loop. It's going to end the loop and it's going to print me this, right? Now, in this case, we have multiple ways exactly how we can go ahead and use this functionality. Let's say I have this particular sequence. Now, in this particular sequence, this sequence can be of any type. Okay, in this sequence we can have a list. We will discuss what exactly is a list. Then we have a tuple. We will also discuss what is a tuple. Then we also have a range. We will discuss that range as well. Then we have an in operator, how we can do an in operator. So these are the 4 ways how you can do. In the range, we will be discussing multiple ways. We have a start point, we have an end point, we have a stop point, right? So we will also discuss. If these are very new to you, don't worry. Let's go ahead step by step and check how exactly we can do it. Now I will go to my PyCharm and will execute the codes. So what we have is I will go ahead and print row number. Okay. Now what I want to print row number 1. Similarly, I want to print my row number 2, print row number 3, print row number 4. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. So now if I am going to print this particular thing, you will see it printed row number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm hard coding everything, right? This is not the right way or the best practice to actually do it in the projects as well. So how exactly we can automate this? If I have to print 100 numbers, then I'm going to write this print row number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on till 100, right? How many times I have to do that manual effort? So instead of this row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4, what I can do is I can iterate over this particular sequence. Right now my sequence is, or I can write my numbers on which I want to iterate is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, you have heard this word iterate. Iterate means just go one by one, like the first element and then the second element, third element, and fourth element. That's what is the iteration means, right? Every time you are doing the same thing again and again, it is an iteration. Any new iteration will be plus one of the previous iteration. Now, if in case, let's say I have a for loop, right? We will discuss the for loop right now. We have 2 types of loops. Basically, one is for loop, another is while loop. In this session, we will be discussing the for loop. Now, in the for loop, what I will do is I will do I. I means it is any variable. You can either use I, you can use number, you can use user, you can use any variable that you want. And I have already discussed how to actually declare a variable, right? Now, in this I want to check the number. Okay, so I want to check for every number. Means in the first part or in the first for loop, there are multiple thing, right? So in the first loop, it will take 1. In the second, it will take 2. In the third, it will take 3. And in the fourth, it will take 4. So let me print this up. Let me print I. Okay, I'll just comment this up so that I will show you how exactly it looks. I'll put it row number here and I will make this as I. Okay, now it should show me the same result as we had previously. See, I ran it. Okay, now it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it means in this, in the first iteration, it took I as 1. It took the first element. In the second iteration, it took the second element. In the third iteration, it took the third element. In the fourth iteration, it took the fourth element, right? So that is what is my I here. Okay. Now, this is my sequence. Now, if I want to use a tuple, this was my list. Now, if I want to use a tuple, I can still do it and it's going to give me the same result. So this is how you actually do it. Now in this, one more major thing to notice is you need to use this colon. Colon means inside this statement we have this particular print statement. That's what the colon means. So we are writing the print statement inside the for loop. Means in the first iteration it's going to check the first element and coming to this line, and then it's going to print row number 1. Again it's going to this statement, checking what is my second element, it's 2, and then it's going to print me 2. It will check what is my next element is 3, and it's going to print me 3. What is my next element, it's 4, and it's going to print me 4. Now in real use case, what we do is, this is a singular. What we normally do is we put it as nums. So it's iterating it through this particular number of elements, and we are not putting I becomes very random. So to make it more proper for a developer to understand, what we do is we use the some variable which makes a little bit of sense, right? So for number means singular. For number which are present in all the numbers of the list that we have, we are printing it. So let me execute this again. See, it is printing it. Now the next thing comes is, here I can see all of them are integers, right? Let's say if I do high, okay, what it does, if I print this, you see 1 2 3 4 is also printed. Along with that, the row number 4 is also printed, right? So high is also there. So in actually a list, you can have integer, string, whatever, right? So there is no problem in it. Whatever you give it inside that particular numbers, which is a sequence, you can say, or a list here in this case, then it's going to print all of them. So this is one way. Now let's see another way. Let's say I want to print from 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now you see I took so much of time, right, to write from 1 to 9. Then I'm assigning this, let's say, inside this my elements. Okay. So how much time I took just to write the complete list of items from 1 to 9, right? Now in this, if I do the same thing, it's going to print me the same, like for the number in elements, right? I'm going to print the element. Oh, sorry, I'm going to print the number. It's the number. Let me comment this part. Okay, so that I can show you what is my number. This is not a string, this is the variable. Okay, so I'm removing the quotes. Now you see it has printed from 1 to 9. Now in this 1 to 9, there are so many elements that's been printed. Now let's say I don't want it in this way. This is not like it takes a lot of time. If let's say I have to print 100 elements, will I put everything in a list in 1 to 100 and then I will iterate each element to print it? No. What you can do is, you can, instead of this element, what you can do is, you can use a keyword which is called range. So in the range, you can mention what is your start range and the stop range. For example, I want to print all of them. So what I will do, I will start with 1 and I will end with 10. So I want all my elements from 1 till 10. So now if I go ahead and execute this code, let me just make this 11. Let's see if it's executing. Yes, it's executing it. So now if we will see, it started with 1, okay, and it ended with 9. So if you will see, it starts it with 1, this is the start, but this is the end. But we have not included 10 in it. So what it means is, if in case I have to iterate it through the loop, the last stop is we have to stop the loop there. So the previous element of that will only be printed. That is, let's say I want it till 20, right? It is going to print me till 19 here because 20 will be skipped. See, it printed from 1 to 19. It will not print 20. So always remember, if we have this last element that we want to print, always put the element plus 1 to it. Okay, now let's say I want also the 0 to be printed. So I will put 0 to 20. What it will do, it will start from 0 and it will print till 19. Now I will just make it shorter. I'll put it 9. So from 0 to 9, right? There are total 10 elements, but it starts with 0. Now let's say if I don't put 0 here, I just put 10. What happens? In this case, by default, the start element is 0. You see, the start element is 0 and it ends here. Let's say I want all my 10 elements. So it will start from 0 and it will end, that is this minus 1. So whatever you are putting, that will not be included, that will be exclusive, and it will give you the result till 10, right? Now you understand what is a range, right? Now let's say I want to go ahead and find out all the even numbers starting from 0 till 10. What I will do is I will use the 0, which you can also skip because the starting element is always 0, and I want to check till 10. Okay, so I am using the end as 11 because that is not included, so it will check till 10. Now I want to check all the even numbers, get all the even numbers. So I have a step function, like a step. I don't want to print 0 and then 1 and then 2. I want to skip 1, 3, 5. I want to skip them up, and I will remove all the odd and only keep the even numbers. So I'll put here 2. Now let's execute this. Now you see it's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. It means it has executed all the even numbers, right? So that is my even number. Now I am going to print those numbers. This is what is my even number. Now, this is the range that you can use. Now there are two ways of doing this. Now, let's say I have to iterate through this. I'm printing the number of this. Let's say after this, for number in range, I'm printing num. Okay. Now, let's say I have a word called hello everyone. Okay, in this hello everyone, I will be doing for the number in words. Let me make this plural. Okay, what I will do is for the word in words, I'm going to print the word. What it's going to give me the result. This is a string, if you will remember. You can also iterate it through a string, a list and a tuple. So in case of string, every character of that particular word, that is HELL, is a single element. So if I print word, it is going to print everything but separated by a separate line. So if you will see, it printed hello and then everyone and in separate line. So in the first line, it's going to take the first element from this word, print. Then again it comes, takes the second element, that is E, and then print, and so on, right? Till it ends the end, that is E. After E, I don't see anything, so it's not going to print. Let's say I am going to put a space here, right? Now what happens? Now if I run it, you see it prints hello and then a space. Space is also treated as a character. So it takes the space and prints the rest, right? Now this is my for word in words. Now let's say I want to go ahead and see all the words in the same line. I can also do that. What I need to do is I want to do an n equal to this. It means it's going to put every character of that in the same line. See, it puts every character in the same line and there is no space in between them. So if I put here, it will print the same as it is. If I print n and put a space, it's going to put a space between each letter. So that is what is an end means, right? So that's how you can do it in a string. So if in case I have this, now if you go ahead and calculate, I'll just make it smaller here. So hello is there. So it has total 5 characters. So if I print this, it's going to print me hello. Now, if I have to go ahead and use the range function, I can do that as well. So for I in the range, what I will do is, if you remember, you can calculate the length of the string, right? How you can do is, you can use the length of the words, right? So let me remove this length of the words and put it inside a variable to avoid confusion. So this is my length of the words. If you print n, it's going to print that value. Now, let's say I'm going to execute this. So the length of words is what? It is 5, right? Now, in that range means it starts with 0 and then end with 5. I'm not putting 0. It means it starts from 0 and end with 5. So this is 0, E is 1, L is 2, L is 3, and then O is 4. So it will be N is 4. So it means the fifth element is not there. It's going to take the fourth element because this is not inclusive. This is exclusive, right? So 0, 1, 2, and 3 and 4. And every time you have a word like H, E, L, L, O. And if we will see this, then we have the numbers 1, then sorry, in the string what we have, it starts with index 0, then 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So how many characters are there? There are total 4 characters, 5 characters, but it starts with 0 index, right? Now, so therefore we have taken 5, which is not inclusive, this is exclusive. So it's going to run from 0 to 4, right? So if it runs from 0 to 4, that is 5 is not included, it's going to run all of them. So it is going to print HELLO. Let's say I don't want to print it till n. I want to print it till n minus 1, means 5 minus 1 here. So it will have 4. So this I want to print. So it's going to print 0, 1, 2 and 3. It's not going to print the fourth letter because I am iterating through the loop and it's going to break here itself. So let's go ahead and execute this. It is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Right? Now, if you will see, I don't want the index. This is what is. This is the index 0, 1, 2 and 3. I want the actual letters, that is HELL. I don't want the fourth letter, but I also don't want the index. I just want the letters of it. So how can I do that? Right? So in that case, what I will do is, this is my words. This is my whole word that I have. That is a string. From that string, I will take the index. So word is what? What we printed, it's 0, 1, 2 and 3. So in the first iteration, from this words, it's going to pick the first element, that is 0th index, that is H. Then it's going to print E. Then it's going to print L, and then it's going to print L again. So if you will see what we got hell. So now let's say hell. Okay, it should not be hell. So here we have, if I print here the word and I'm going to n is equal to this, right? Let me put some space so that we understand it. Okay, so I will create another loop because if I create here, it's going to do this. This I will also explain it, what happened later, but this is just for beginning. So I don't want to confuse you with all the statements, right? So let's understand this first very properly, very, very clearly. Now, if you will go ahead and see, let me remove this and run it, right? And I will do a print. So you see now in this, what happened is, after this particular thing that we have, it's 0, 1, 2 and 3. This word is what? It's an index that it printed. And then inside this word index that is there from 0, 1, 2 and 3, from the words, I am taking the 0th index. What is my 0th index? It's H. What is my first index? It's E. What is my second index? It's L. What is my third index? It's L. So I'm taking it from till n minus 1. If I take it till n, then it's going to print till 4, right? That's how it is. We are going to discuss more on the list where you will understand, and the string, we have discussed about the string, how to extract an element from the string. So that's what it is here. Okay, so let's understand some real use case that we have. So let's say in the real time use case, I have my sales, and in the sales I have some numbers, let's say 100, 200, then we have 300, right? So I want to find the cumulative sum and also the final sum. So what does cumulative sum means? I want 100 plus 200, and then I want 100 plus 200 plus 300, right? So this is my cumulative sum. Now, if I have to find the cumulative sum, what I can do is I can either write in a for loop, or I can do it without for loop as well, right? You just write 100 plus 200, and then 100 plus 200 is again 300 plus 300 plus 300 will be 600. So let's do it with the loop. So for I in sales, what I want, I will first, let's say the total, I will assign it 0. Okay, for I in sales, what is my total? My total is equal to the total plus my I, right? So what is my total plus I? Total is 0 right now, and 0 plus 100 will be 100, right? In the next iteration, I have total as 100, but the next item is 200. So 200 plus 100 will be 300. Now my total is what? 300. The next item is what? I, which is again 300. So 300 plus 300 is 600, right? So let me execute this. Total value is, I will go ahead and mention here total. Okay, let me put this inside the F string. There's something that's going wrong. Okay, now I will print the same thing outside the loop, right? So that I get the final value. So let me write here final total value. Okay, so I should also comment this out just to avoid any confusion. So now you see what it says, total value is. So what is my total? Total in the first iteration, total was 0, right? Now I is what? The first element, that is 100. So in the first piece, what we have is 0 plus 100. Then what we have in the total, we have 100, right? So we will get 100, which is total is 100 plus the next item, that is 200. So we got this 300. Now my total is 300. Now I want 300 is there. Again, the next item that I have is 300, which becomes 600, right? So that's what it says. In the first iteration, we have here 0 plus 100, which is 100, right? Then it comes 100 plus 200, which is 300. In the next iteration, we have 300 plus 300, which is 600. And in the final value, when all the loops are done, right, the next final total value I want, which is 600, right? So this is how exactly the loop works in cumulative. Now you understand the cumulative function as well. What is the use case of this? Let's say you have a multiple files and you want to go ahead save those multiple files from one storage location to another storage location in data engineering field also you can talk about, then you have to copy that particular file and save it to a different storage. You have to copy the second file, then save it into your storage. Then you have to copy the third file, again save it into storage. So what it does is you have to do that activity repeatedly. So instead of doing multiple print statement and saving it and save as table and so on, you create a loop in which you are putting your files and iterating through each file and saving it to the storage location. So same operation you are doing it multiple times repeatedly. So now let's say I will take another use case. In my use case will be my files. Let's say I have abc.txt, then I have my sales.csv, then I have accounts.csv, right? So this is my file. Now what I need is I want to clean up because I can see there are some txt file, there are some csv file, there are some uppercase letter, there are some titles which is having the uppercase and the rest are lowercase. So I want to do all my lowercase, then I want all of them in csv format, right? These two things I actually need. So in this case, if I need, think about it, how exactly you can solve this using the loops. I cannot do it for every element in the list. So what I will do is I will use the loop. Think and try to do it by your own. If you are liking this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends so that it gets outreach and many people are able to learn Python from starting. So I will use for I in range or for I in files. The files that I have, I want to first convert all of them in lowercase. So I will do I dot lower. I is equal to I dot lower, right? And if I have my I dot lower, then I'm going to print this I. So now you see these are my three files. So all the three files are now converted into lowercase. None of them are in uppercase, right? So the first thing is clarified that how I can convert the file. So this is my I variable. You can use any variable and you are converting it to lower. Now let's say I want to go ahead and remove this text and replace it with CSV, right? So I have a replace function. In the replace function, what is my text that I want? I want txt and I want to replace this with CSV, right? Now let's print it. This abc.text is now converted to abc.csv, right? So this is my abc.csv, sales and account. So these are the three things. Now let's say I have a space in it, right? For all of them. Now let me just print. I'll show. See, ABC and sales have space, but account doesn't have. Now there will be some data cleaning activity in which you also want to remove the space, right? Because you cannot have some space, and in that case, if you trying to meet a condition, that may fail, right? So it's a better practice to remove any the spaces that you have in the beginning or the end. So what you can do is after the lower condition itself, you can use a strip function in which you are stripping the data from the spaces. You are removing the spaces. See, the spaces has been removed. Now let's say you want to go ahead and save this inside your list, a different list. What you can do, you can go ahead, you can append in the list, you can append that, right? And then at the end you can print all your list, all the items in the list. Now you see what happened here. It actually went ahead and gave you all abc.csv, sales.csv, account.csv. If you don't understand this, don't worry. What we did is we actually created an empty list. In this empty list, we are just appending or we are just extending this list, empty list. Whatever value we got here, we are just appending it into the empty list and we are finally outputting it. So this we will again learn it in the list, all the methods of the list. So don't worry about this. I just wanted to show you whatever format of the file of the input that you got, you can also give in the same format as the output, right? So do make sure you go ahead and practice these questions. These are very real-time questions of cleaning the data, and then how you can go ahead and do a cumulative sum, how you can move your files from one location to another using the for loops and all, right? So we will be covering some more topics of Python, because you need to really learn Python so that you become an expert. You don't have to go from one resource to another. I will be in this playlist, I will be covering each and every topic of Python so that you become a pro and you will be able to code it. I am telling you all the errors and everything, so you should be able to debug your code as well by your own. Now, if you do like the video, do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And subscribing will really help so that the notification is pushed to you and you will get the daily updates in which whatever video I am actually creating, so that you can learn and become an expert. And it will really help if in case you can share it with your friends, and also go ahead and put your comments, whatever you are practicing, whatever questions you are encountering, so that the Python community can help you and they get the information from you as well, how exactly you are solving the question. So till the next video, stay tuned.
Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.